Oh my goodness, wow, first of all, we had a beautiful rainbow on my face. Wow, hello there. Second of all, wow, there's so many rainbows. Oh my gosh. Okay, let me find like a rainbow-free zone because it's just very bright in my face. There we go. I am so honored to announce that Upcycle Design has won a 17 and 43 award. I am so excited. So I submitted us this summer and I also submitted last summer too. So it's like hard. It's hard to get in, and this year we won. I'm so excited. So the awards are based on revenue, growth, innovation, and social impact. So in those 4 categories, we are one of the recipients. I'm just so proud of the team for getting us here. I mean, that is just like, it's a huge honor. It really is. It's through UD, through Horn Entrepreneurship, but it's like statewide and it's big companies. Like one of my inspirations, Bloom Daily Planners, is on there. I love the work that they do. And they were founded in, I think, 2010. So there's companies that have been going for like a really long time, and I'm so honored to have a startup on there. It's so exciting. So really cool. So just excited. Like this is literally on my vision board and now I get to check it off. And so there's like this huge award ceremony, which I unfortunately won't be able to go to because it is in person, but I get to send 2 people. So really excited for that. And yeah, it is such an honor. Let me show you on my vision board where it is and where we can now check off. All right, here it is, 17 and 43 award. Boop. Can check that off. And up here under my astronomical goals list, read 100 books a year every year. Boom. Check. I did that as well. That is like so crazy to me. So many things have been checked off. All right, the ceremony has been completed. There is now a check mark right there. Boom. It is officially checked off. And up here, read 100 books a year every year. Check. We did it. So proud of us. I just had such an incredible meeting with my mentor, Stefanie. So I met Stefanie through Hen Hatch. She was my advisor for either the semifinal round or the final round, and an incredible experience. So I've known her for almost a year now, and you know, we'll catch up every couple of months, and she is so incredibly helpful, not only with upcycle design stuff, but also with just personal meditation, mindfulness, you know, really focusing on my health. And she is the one who really encouraged me to pull back the number of meetings I was doing. I was doing like 5 to 7 meetings a day. And then when I met her, she was like, you really need to pull that back. And I found that 3 earlier this year was like a good middle ground, and doing any more than that just gave me anxiety. I'm an introvert, so I would get an introvert hangover, and that was like an incredible change in my mindset. And with my health being as bad as it is right now, I think I'm gonna have to do even less than 3 a day. Like I will do 1 and I will crash for like hours, and it's really hard and really stressful being someone who is like a workaholic, a perfectionist, an overachiever. All of those things are the words that I identify with. And to say, what does my body need? It's not that. It's rest. It's healing, focusing on myself. And it's really tough with going back to school that now I have more on my plate and even less energy than I did this summer. I'm so out of breath. And so it's a wake-up call. Every conversation with her is always so incredibly helpful. And she's like, you should be doing 3 meetings a week. And so my job now is to go into operation, what did I call it? Plan pullback. And basically just dialing it back. I am just going 100% in like all my classes, trying to go 100% in upcycle, everything. And I need to pull back and say no. And I need to be better with my boundaries. I already knew that. I already knew I needed to focus on that. And I'm going through so much in like therapy and so much healing and going back through like childhood trauma and stuff. And so that healing, you know, I'm not giving space really for that healing. I'm rushing through that healing. And, you know, whatever issues are going on in my body still, I'm not giving myself space and time to really rest. I'm exhausted. I am in such an adrenaline state, and, you know, I'm even missing some of my meditations, and like, I didn't get a weekend last weekend, and I need rest so much right now that to not have a weekend. I mean, last night I probably stayed up until like 1 or 1:30 a.m. because my body was like, you need you time. And so I was just drawn to, I couldn't even sleep because my body was like, you need to entertain yourself because you haven't been. It's like revenge bedtime procrastination when you haven't had any time to yourself during the day. So then like you feel like you need that time at night. Like it's your body just screaming out, you need a break. You need time where you can just think about nothing and not focus on work or school or be on. And it's just like, oh my gosh. All of it is just such a wake-up call, and it's like every time I talk to Stefanie, it's like this like spiritual like awakening, and I really need to say no and protect my healing space, honestly. And that's like so difficult because so much of my self-worth, I'm getting emotional, so much of my self-worth is based on achievement and success and accomplishing things and getting things done and achieving goals. And that's not even what I want it to be. I want to be goal-oriented, but I want to be healthy and balanced, and I'm not right now. If I'm doing nothing and if I'm just being, I don't feel worthy. I don't feel like I'm enough. And that's like honestly not healthy. That's not a good place to be. We are all so incredibly worthy and enough by just being. And Stefanie really reminded me of that today. It was such a good time to talk to her at the beginning of the semester because like I am already feeling kind of out of control, and I need to just start saying no, like as much as I possibly can. And I'm just holding so much fatigue and stress in my body, and I honestly feel like my body's breaking down, like with my breathing issues. Like I feel just weird symptoms throughout my body. It's really weird, and I'm not super in tune with it. I'm kind of numbing again, which is like not good. I need to really be paying attention. This was such a good meeting for right now because I have one more meeting tomorrow, and then I don't have any more meetings until next week. And so I really need to take this time to assess and just think about everything and rest as much as possible. I've been resting, not really to rest, but to rest to get back to do work. And I need to just rest now for the sake of like, you don't have to do anything after, just rest for like the rest of the day. Although I do have to edit my vlog, so that will be happening. But other than that tonight, like I am just going to rest because it's like a lot. My body is a lot right now. My emotions are a lot because it's really stressful and scary to not have answers of what's causing these things, why they're still happening. Like it's hard. It is really hard. And so this conversation just came at the perfect time and is reminding me to slow down, dial it back, rest, and put up boundaries and say no. So that is something I'm going to be working on. I encourage you, if you need to work on that too, and don't feel like you necessarily have good boundaries or are pushing yourselves to the point of exhaustion or beyond your limits, your body or your, you know, mental limits, I encourage you, I challenge you to say no to something and set up a boundary for yourself that you really need. Even if that's just like someone who's been texting you who you like don't have the mental capacity to talk to right now. Just be like, hey, let's continue this conversation some other time. I just can't even think about this right now. My life is just, you know, too much. I'm too overwhelmed. That's okay. That's like very valid boundary, and I need to do that more. So I am working on that, and I encourage you and I invite you to join me and work on that as well. So I'm gonna go rest now, edit my vlog at some point tonight, but the rest of the night is going to be resting. All right, let's do this.